What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the Pack Road to Glory. If you guys could drop a thumbs up on this video, it'd be much appreciated. You guys have been going ham on the support for this series. Can't thank you enough for it. Obviously in the last episode we opened our rewards. We got pretty lucky with some players that were useful for us. And on the screen right now you're going to see the team that we are taking into Foot Champs for the weekend league. Just gone by the time you're watching this. You're probably watching this on Tuesday, this episode. So I took you guys through the team and the reserves in the last episode. You know, we're going to show what we're going to do. We're going to rotate the players this time around. I've got enough players to rotate twice, which is just fantastic. Very, very happy with the ability to rotate and not having to waste those fitness cards that I've got. And the reason why I'm happy to not waste those fitness cards that I've got, because I've got about 100 individual fitness cards and some squad fitness cards as well that I'll actually sell over time, is because there will become a time where I probably desperately need them, and I don't want to waste them when I don't desperately need them. So our first opponent's got pretty decent squad. Of course, you know, we're coming up against some nice squads now, and I want to talk about like ELO and stuff today, and what ELO means and how it works. But first of all, as you're watching the gameplay, there has been a title update, or there has been a title update on PC, and the title update has introduced an ability to sort. I had to turn my speaker off there. The ability to sort your club via lowest to highest bin price, which basically means you can sort it via untradables, which is fantastic. On top of that, it's also added more anonymity to Foot Champs. So now when you go into the second screen, you can no longer see team name. You can still see the player's kit because it's what they're wearing when they're standing there. So that's going to have some impact on people playing you or not playing you. But they've added more anonymity. They've changed player faces of, like, I think they said 300 or 400 players, and they've updated some player boots. So not really that worthy of a title update in my opinion. But I guess they might have to call it a title update because they changed some certain things. There was a thread on Reddit, and if you're part of the Reddit community and you watch me and you're also on Reddit, and if you're the person specifically that sent me the thread, this applies to you, I guess. And the thread on Reddit was talking about YouTubers needing to make videos to bash EA so that they can change the game. And that's just not productive at all, you know. But what the problem is, and I tried to explain this in other videos, and I explained this on stream last night and stuff. The problem is that the EA game cycle, FIFA, is 1 year compared to other games. And when you compare FIFA to other games, it's not a fair comparison, because something like League of Legends, if they have a bug, they have an infinite time frame to fix that bug. With FIFA, they are almost definitely already working on FIFA 18. They're not still working on FIFA 17. It's not like the FIFA 17 comes out and then they spend months and months and months fixing FIFA 17 issues, because then how the hell is FIFA 18 going to get made? So they spend a long time, they spend not a long time on the current iteration of the game. And what, again, other people need to just kind of realise is that the ultimate team development team is not the encompassing of EA. It is not all of EA. They don't have unlimited budget and unlimited funds. They are workers. They are coders. They have a job. They have a role. They get paid a wage that is fitting of their job. They are not money whores. They do not care about money. Whether EA as a company makes $1 billion, $1 trillion, or £1, it is irrelevant to them. It doesn't change or affect them or anything with them. So for people to just say, oh, the EA dev team is lazy, they just don't want to fix bugs, it's not the way it is. And a YouTuber making a video saying, screw EA, we want justice, it won't change anything. It just won't change anything. But I do understand that there's a lot wrong with this game, and the transparency with EA is pretty poor. You know, like the penalty arrow bug, I heard through the grapevine yesterday that it's literally an unfixable bug. And I've explained before, the reason why they won't acknowledge it is because in public interest, in terms of a company, it's a bad idea business-wise to say we've got a problem with our game that we can't fix. So they will bury their head in the sand with the problem instead, and it will save them having to lose those people, those consumers, you know. So I understand that business side. I don't think it's right. I don't agree with it, but I do understand it. And if you've got a problem with this game, like a true problem, you know, if there's like, not like a, oh my god, momentum's in the game problem, but if you've got a true problem like, you know, oh my god, I can't get the penalty arrow, what the hell is the problem? You just, unfortunately, going to have to wait until the new game cycle comes out to see if that issue has been addressed. You know, they are doing good things. They are listening to us. This year, more than any, they have updated and improved the game more than I've ever seen. You know, Foot Champs has been changed a lot. SBCs are here. They've fixed and patched bugs here and there where they can and how they could. And I think they're doing a great job. So, you know, for me, I'm not about bashing EA right now, and I'm not about sitting here just saying this game is disgusting, etc., because in fact I love this game. I was talking again on stream yesterday about how I've already played more games in FIFA 17 than I did in the whole of FIFA 16, and we're not even halfway through the cycle yet. So I will end up playing double, potentially triple the amount of games on FIFA 17, and if I hated the game and if it was that bad, if it was to the point where people were trying to suggest that this has huge problems, you wouldn't get people playing that many games. Again, that's just my opinion. I'd be interested to know your opinions down below. So ELO, what is ELO? ELO is a ranking system that suggestively should rank you against people of your same ranking. EA used the Glico system, which is used in chess for matchmaking, and the system itself is a very clever system. It's very detailed, it's very in depth, but I don't think that it applies to EA, and I don't think it applies to Ultimate Team, and if they do use it, I don't think that it works. And the reason being is because on this account that we're on right now, I have never got out of Silver. Silver 2 is my highest finish. Okay, I haven't played all the games, and that could have some effects on this, but in general I've never made it past Silver 2 in this account. One time I got Bronze 1, I got Silver 3 once or twice, and Silver 2 once or twice. I can't remember which way around it went, but that's what I've got. And it's a brand new account, there's not much of a record on it, my team is, you know, poor. I quite often went into games with low chemistry, I've got a low rated team, you know, everything is against my favour. So for a rating system, for an ELO system, I should not be matching up against elite tier players. Just shouldn't happen, because there is nothing in this account to say you are an elite tier player, especially with the Glico system. However, on my Road to Glory account this past weekend league, I came up against a guy who had a couple of red cards, pretty decent team. I searched his name on FootWiz like I always do, just to see if they've ever logged into top 100, and he had logged into top 100. However, his best finish was 25 wins in a week. The reason why people get in top 100 with 25 wins is because if they play all their games on Friday, for example, 25 wins will actually get you into the top 100, and then eventually you'll get pushed out as more people play over the weekend. So I played against that guy, and I ended up losing against him. It was a close game. I was edging the game. I should have won the game. You know, I let myself down with a few bad decisions, but that's neither here nor there. What was interesting was, that was me 4 games before I finished my 40 games on my Road to Glory. After those 4 games, I came back onto this account, and lo and behold, I matched up against him on this account. Now, if there is a true Glico rating system, I would never, ever, ever match up against the guy on both accounts, especially after he beat me on my Road to Glory account, for the simple fact that he would have got higher ranking off of beating me, because I'm an elite tier player and he is a gold 1 as his best finish. So he would have got more ranking points. So when I came up against him on this account, I was absolutely baffled. But not only that, I beat him on this account and I made him rage quit. You'll see that game in a future episode. So we did the BPL, guys, the BPL guaranteed pack. We got an inform. I was so badly hoping it was Martial. It wasn't. But getting Keane there, that's a solid pull. 70 pace is great. Defending the physical is really good. He's going to be a guy that's probably in our team for a long, long time. If we can get an anchor or a shadow chem style, he will become absolutely vital for the club. I was unsure as to whether to do this this part of the game or not, because it's basically about 3,500 coins worth of players that I could have got for discarding or selling for a 7.5k pack. But we got a fitness card, we got a couple of chem styles, some contracts, and 2 players that are potentially usable with Elianusi and the Ledley there, and 1 player that is absolutely useful and has a value of around 12 to 15,000 coins. So for our 3,500 coins expenditure, we definitely got value for money. So off the back of that, I ended up doing it again to see if we can get value again. And to my surprise, we actually did all right again. You know, we got quite lucky, but Keane there is a huge pull. He's going to go straight into the team. I think he's massive for this team, especially so early on in the weekend league. And I'm now tempted to sit there and clear out my club of these gold players that I've got for the future SBCs like this, to be able to get Calcio A specific players, League One specific players, Bundesliga specific players, just to help the team along. What do you guys reckon? I'll take on board whether or not you guys want to see that happen. So I built another team here, guys, just with these, again, you know, like some of the low-end players I'm never going to use, or that I don't think I'm going to use. And I was kind of in discussion with the stream, because I was live streaming these games. I was in discussion with the stream as to the value of the players, making sure that the players that I was getting rid of here didn't hold much more value than 400 to 500 coins. Because if they had worth of like 600, 700, 800 coins, etc., I would rather sell them, because that value is almost good enough for a second or a third player, you know. So we end up completing it again anyway, and was very happy to complete it again. We end up opening the pack, and although we didn't even get a rare player and we didn't get like a huge player or anything like that, what we got was a very, very usable player by the way of the left back there, Olsen. We've currently only got Peters as a left back. Olsen was massive, massive pull for this club. He's got decent pace, decent physical. Defending's a bit meh, but in general, it was a huge pull for us. You know, that was a big win. And picking up those two players, informed centre back and a left back, it really, really helped our weekend league this weekend. And I know this, I know this series is a bit of a long-winded one. I hope to see in a month or 2 months that we've done amazing things. But ultimately, I'm massively impressed with the players that we packed. Like, look at the players that we've got on this account already. Some big players, some average players, but some decent pulls. And it's done through nothing but opening packs. No money, like little time. We're not even like investing too much in foot champs and stuff. But to go back to the elo system, so I beat that guy on this account, and I made him rage quit. But my point is, if there is an elo system, how can one account that has never got out of Silver 2 or Silver 3 end up playing against a guy who played against a guy who got into Elite regularly? And so that started like getting me interested. So I was checking my messages afterwards, after every game, and I came up against a lot of viewers on this account. A lot of you dudes match up against me, and I had one of the viewers message me afterwards, good game, and he said I cost him his chance of Elite 1. So I asked him where he was right then, and he, at the time, I believe he was on 28 or 29 wins. He finished on 31 wins, but he was on 28 or 29 wins when I was on like 7 wins. So he is an elite player, and I checked his, I added him as a friend actually, and I looked at his like history, because I was like, maybe he's just saying he gets to Elite and stuff. Last week, he finished on 29 wins. He finished in Elite 3, and I'm playing against him even though I've never got out of Silver. So if there is a matchmaking system, if there is an elo system, if there is like a rating/ranking system, how on earth does it work? Because I'm coming up against high tier players, and I'm doing pretty decent against them as well. You know, I'm winning a lot. Like that guy that I just beat there, that was a big win. He had a red card, he had a super team. I was really happy to pick up that win. But does it go for elo rating first, or does it go for proximity first? Or does it go for squad rating or team chemistry? Or is it a combination of all of those things? Does it take into consideration your performance from last week, or only your performance from this week? Does it work off of number of wins currently? Or does it work off of win-loss ratio currently? Does it work off of maybe your last 5 games or your last 10 games? Because my last 5 games might be 5 wins, you know, other than the game that I lost before. I might have 4 wins and a loss. So based on those 5 games, I could have a really high ranking system. But if I had lost 3 of those games and won only 2 of them, would I be coming up against low-end players? For me, again, just going back to what we kind of spoke about at the start of the video, the lack of transparency with EA is quite frustrating. I don't understand. I do understand why they're not telling you exactly how it works, because it will be manipulated by people. There's no two ways about that. People will find a way to manipulate it to favour them so that they can face easier opponents and thus get easier wins, giving them better rewards. And I do get that. I do understand that people can and might do that. But in every other game, you see it. Like, you know, essentially there should be an equilibrium that even if people are trying to cheat the system or manipulate the system, eventually there'll become a point where they can't manipulate it to their favour because they're so high ranked that they will start losing games. You know, it's like when people in League of Legends get people to boost their accounts. Someone in Bronze 3 will say to, you know, pay someone, hey, get me up to Gold 1. So they get boosted up to Gold 1. So now they're in a tier where they're not good enough to play. And when they do play, they'll find that they'll lose game after game after game, and they'll get relegated all the way down again, probably down to Gold 5, probably into Silver 1, and then over time back down through Silver, where they might settle in like low Silver, or they might even go back down into Bronze. In Foot Champs, it'll be the same. If somebody manipulates the system to pick easy win, easy win, easy win, easy win, eventually they get to a point where they can't manipulate that anymore because they're so high ranked that they'll end up coming up against people that are just so far beyond above their level that they'll lose games, and that manipulation won't benefit them. So I do wish EA would give us a little bit more info. But anyway, guys, first few games to this run was really good. I believe we finished 4 wins and 1 loss after our first 5 games. I was playing this on stream. I was having a lot of fun on this account, man. We was coming up against some absolute super teams, and I was performing really, really well against them. Wijnaldum there with an just an astonishing finish to put us 4-2 up in extra time in this game and give us the win. We lost 1 game, wasn't the biggest problem. You know, my aim for this weekend league was to get to Silver 1, but if I had more time, I was happy to push on and see if we could make it to Gold. But to find out that, whether or not we make it to Gold or not, you guys are going to have to wait for future episodes. The more you like this video, the more you like this series, the quicker I'll upload the episodes. So if you drop banging amounts of likes on this video, if you're watching this still right now at the very end and you haven't liked it, go drop a like. If this gets 10, 15,000 likes in the first sort of like 8 to 12 hours, I'll upload another one later on or early tomorrow, and we'll get another episode out. But you guys got to show me that you're interested in it for me to keep uploading that quick. This, guys, will be the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.